Diana, we're talking about putting a manifestly irresponsible man on national television.
Johnny, could we here at the Ask Johnny channel be accused of covering the same themes, the same topics? We could be accused of that, Johnny. But let's face it, Johnny, we'd love to be covering the Lego Monster Building Championships in Prague. Oh, we'd love to. And we'd love to be doing reviews of 1950s French movies. Oh, we'd love to do that, but we can't. No, we can't, Johnny, because things seem to be happening out there on a daily basis that want to completely strip us of our freedoms. So what's got up your goat this time, Johnny? Yeah, our freedoms. It seems the United Nations and the World Economic Forum are two very wonderful institutions. Our friends at the World Economic Forum, they're sort of going down the same path here with this particular bloody thing.
About the United Nations. So the United Nations planning to criminalize spreading misinformation that causes social disorder and hatred. So this is the report that comes to us from Natalie Winters over at the War Room. She's doing some great work. Here's the headline: United Nations planning to criminalize spreading misinformation that causes social disorder and hatred. And so she writes, the United Nations has launched a new initiative to counter the use of information and communications technologies for criminal purposes, which appears to apply to individuals who share misinformation.
Jesus Christ!
So free speech is under attack again. Just the idea that maybe Elon Musk will give us a little bit more. He's a billionaire oligarch, so I don't hold out much hope, but things have been a little better on Twitter. I can say what I want about Pfizer and the vaccines and the COVID. That's fun. So here is a UN regulator at the World Economic Forum. She's warning Elon Musk that he better behave.
What? They want to ban what they consider extreme or offensive bloody disinformation.
You think I'm kidding? Here we go.
I think that the confidence has been weakened, and I had quite a high level of confidence when it comes to Twitter.
So when she says confidence, what she means is I had a high level of confidence that we could control the content on Twitter. I had a high level of confidence that we could censor who we wanted and Twitter would do our bidding at the WEF.
Well, who decides whether these things are extreme or not?
More recently, she also had this to say on the subject of Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter.
After Mr. Musk took over the Twitter with his freedom of speech absolutism, we are the protectors of freedom of speech as well. So our message was clear: we have the rules which have to be complied with.
Oh Jesus, have a listen to that woman.
To be complied with, and otherwise there will be sanctions.
Follow the rules or face the sanctions. That's the EU's message for Elon Musk. She also said the time of the Wild West is over and that social media companies must behave themselves so as not to cause harm. We know what the Davos authorities mean by harm. They mean scrutiny of Western governments' COVID policies. They mean open criticism of China's communist authoritarians and questions about whether China's lax lab safety protocols were responsible for the entire pandemic. They mean vocal opposition to the war in Ukraine. Any challenge to the resolve that they believe all democratic nations must show.
Yeah, he's got something there.
I have to say that we worked with knowledgeable people, with the lawyers, with the sociologists who understood that they have to behave.
Why are we back to Germans in this accent talking about how did we get to this? It's amazing. And V said, I never dreamed in a million years.
You have to behave.
And then the decent way.
Well, Mr. Bond, you have not been behaving.
What's extreme to you and I, Johnny, may not be too extreme to other people out there. Disinformation to these pricks, it seems, is anything that is set against what these wealthy bastards want to foist upon us.
Will be much more specific, and they will put it in the context of criminal purposes. That's the context. Criminal purposes. Quoting now. Criminal purposes. So what exactly constitute criminal purposes, Natalie Winters writes? It's totally vague. It's totally vague. And from the available information about the convention, the term appears to include individuals who spread misinformation. Again, what is misinformation? What the government is actively spreading? Like, is there any criminal charges and for the criminal purposes of the United States government?
Yeah, why doesn't propaganda get the same misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda? Why isn't that in there?
I don't know, because you know Rand Paul said that, right? Rand Paul saying that to Secretary Mayorkas' face. He's like, you know what the biggest spreader of mis and disinformation in the world is? The United States government. Mm-hmm. So we are the ones that have to be looked out for? No. It's the United States government. We just did.
Now, both those channels are obviously concerned. And if that's all deemed as bloody hateful or extreme, then they'll be put off the air. So we could all be covering the bloody Lego monster building championships in Prague, Johnny. But Johnny, we don't know what YouTube are doing with our videos anyway. Are they watching us now? Are you watching us, bloody YouTube? Are you taking note of what we're doing now? Who would know? But so I think we've got to be bloody vigilant, Johnny. That if dumb little shitty YouTube channels like this one, Johnny, are forced out of existence, well, it'd be a tragedy. But Johnny, do you mean to say that they could shut down all the bloody YouTube channel? It'd be a tragedy for us, I suppose, Johnny, if we were doing film reviews of 1950s movies. Jesus. Right, yeah, I'm seeing where you're coming from. It might be more bloody popular, though.